Hi, how's it going? I wanted to do a quick follow-up to the schedule changes that I've made recently. Most of you know that I put up a video a few weeks ago talking about how my recording schedule had just gotten to be way too much. It was stressing me out a lot more than a hobby should. So I decided to just throw the entire schedule out and basically just do these things when I am in the mood to do them. And the pattern that I sort of found myself falling into over the last few weeks has been that still, there's no schedule, but this is just what I found myself doing. Most evenings, I'll record one thing. Some evenings I don't, when I just don't feel like it. When I'm not in the mood, I just don't do it. And that has been a huge relief, like more than I anticipated. This is another one of those things where I don't realize how much of a problem I have until suddenly I don't have that problem anymore. This was definitely exactly what I needed, so I'm very glad that I made this change. Because it had been so long that I was just sort of running at maximum capacity for using all my free time for everything. Like, I had no free time that was not allocated to this hobby or something else that I felt like I really needed to do. So yeah, after enough time of just kind of applying pressure to myself to get these things done, it just got to be too much. Yeah, so during that time, what I found was that when I had something that I wanted to do on a whim, like some other hobby I wanted to work on, even traveling someplace, seeing friends, a lot of those things, I had to weigh them against what I felt like the responsibility that I had assigned myself. Again, this is all me. This is nobody, nothing external had an influence on this. This is just what I had decided to do. Anyway, so the responsibility that I had assigned to myself was just getting in the way of those things even more than I realized. So now what I'm finding is that when I have something that I want to do on a whim, some other artistic skill I want to work on, or I just want to go for a walk around town in the evening. I don't have to think, man, I got to be back in the house soon, or else I won't have time to do this and get to sleep at a reasonable time. All that stuff. So it's been super nice. Basically just letting you all know that this has been a very good change for me. So it turned out that I was actually kind of picking up some skills while I was doing this, in a way that I also didn't anticipate. Having allocated all of my free time to something that I do regularly as a discipline gave me a notably higher tolerance for doing these things. Like, I had trouble getting things done. I mean, everybody has trouble getting things done. What I noticed was after I sort of came out of this haze of always having a thing to do, when I actually had some free time that was not allocated to anything, I found that filling that up with something else that's like a short-term project that I want to get done is so much easier, because now I'm used to just, how do I say this? I became acclimated to just the amount of busyness that it had been for so long, that I'm much more able to get things done when I want to get them done, basically, is what I'm trying to say. The words did not want to come out. And as someone who's interested in continual self-improvement, that's made me happy. Like, this is my, I don't really want to use this word suffering, but it's the one that comes to mind. The stress that I had put myself under had a silver lining, in that it actually gave me a skill, a higher tolerance for something that can actually really be useful. So what I've been doing with my extra time, at least this week, is I've been using it to buy a second Pump It Up machine. Some of you know I have a Pump It Up machine in my living room and another dance pad for 4-panel games that I've built. I've been wanting to get another one for a while because my idea is to host it somewhere in my town, some venue that can have it as at a public location, basically, because I care a lot about the dance game community. I want to make sure that I like the idea of being able to do my part of making these games available for more people. So that's something that I've been thinking about for a while. I finally feel like I have the time and energy to spend on it. So that's been an adventure. I'm going to do an entire video about that once the machine actually gets here. It's yeah, well, I'll talk about that when it happens. There's a lot to say about it. Anyway, yeah, another thing I've been doing is I've been playing around in Blender because 3D modeling is a skill that I've been trying to pick up for years and years. I've done a little bit here and there, but never felt like I could really dedicate myself to it properly. There's a game project that I was trying to work on for quite a while that has needed some 3D modeling to get done for it. And it was just always such a mental block, thinking like, oh man, this is so much work. I don't really understand how to use this tool. I want to get better at it, but I never have time to practice because I'm always either working or sleeping or recording videos. Or in the little bit of free time I had around that, just recovering from all those other things. Because, yeah, so a thing about time management, a lot of people know this sort of intuitively, but it's not always talked about, is that it's not necessarily just the raw actual clock time that you have available to do something. It's energy and attention. Because those things are finite, and there's less of them than there is actual raw time in the day. So yeah, like I had used up all of my energy, even if technically I had, an hour here and there that I didn't have to be doing something else. It's just that that hour had to be used regenerating energy for doing the next thing. Anyway, so yes, I have a surplus of energy finally that I can allocate toward other things, and it's been super great. Anyway, yeah, so just a happy update to let you know how this new schedule has been going. I hope that I hope you're not missing me too much. I'm still here, just there's just allocating things differently so I don't spend quite as much time on this as before. So yeah, anyway, I appreciate all of you who have stuck with me through this process. I'm probably sounding overly dramatic. It's not that big a deal. Anyway. But yeah, just wanted to keep you all in the loop with what's been happening with me. So, I'll see you again soon, hopefully for the story of buying my second Pump It Up machine. Again, there's a lot to talk about, so this is going to be kind of a big one. Anyway, see you all later.